You rest, and the energy still doesn't come back. Nothing. And then, one moment of clarity, and suddenly it's there again, right away. No rest. Faster than after a full day off. And here's what's strange. The energy never actually disappeared. It was blocked. This isn't a mistake. It's a mechanism. So if the energy never left, why can't you use it? What's actually holding it? There is an answer, and it's only recently been understood in neuroscience. You're not tired. You're stuck. And rest doesn't fix that. You can lie down, do absolutely nothing, and still feel tension, like something inside hasn't stopped. And the strangest part is, you're already resting, but it doesn't get better. So this isn't fatigue. And the longer you don't choose, the more it builds up. No movement, but not without cost. Like your brain can't let go. Like something inside is still active. So the question becomes, if you're doing nothing, what is still running? And this is where the mistake happens. We try to fix it with rest. But rest doesn't solve this. It removes action, but it doesn't complete the process. And the brain doesn't stop until the process is complete. It won't stop, even if you're resting. That's why you can lie down and still feel the load, because the load didn't go away. It just moved inside. And until it's resolved, the brain keeps working, not on the task, on what to do about it. So the question changes, not how do I rest, but what is still unfinished. Here's what's actually happening. There isn't just one option in your mind. There are several. What to do, what's right, what's safe, and the brain holds all of them. At the same time, it compares, it evaluates, it doesn't let go, because none of them has been selected, which means the process is still open, and the tension stays. Here's the important part. Energy isn't being used for action. It's being used to hold these competing options, to keep them active. You can do nothing and still be working inside, because the brain is trying to decide. And until a decision is made, it cannot stop. You're not moving, but the energy is still being spent. And that's why rest doesn't help. And then, something changes. A moment. Very fast. Almost invisible. But you feel it. Like something inside stops arguing. Like everything gets quieter. The noise drops. The tension releases. And the energy comes back. Like it was returned to you. Even though you didn't do anything. One option stops competing. It becomes the chosen one. The others fade out. The conflict ends. And the energy is released. And now we can see what happened. The brain constantly monitors conflict. There's a system that detects when multiple options compete. It keeps them active because it hasn't chosen yet. That's what creates the tension. That's why you can't let go. But in the moment of choice, the system registers. The conflict is resolved. And it stops holding it. The competition disappears. And the energy is no longer being drained. That's what you feel as relief. This is the key shift. You think the energy is gone, but it's not. You've already felt this. That moment when everything suddenly feels lighter. Energy doesn't disappear. It gets blocked. That's why rest doesn't work. It's blocked by conflict. And the moment that conflict ends, the energy returns. Not because you rested, but because the system stopped competing. A decision stops the drain. Immediately. That's why one clear decision can feel stronger than an entire day of rest. This isn't a feeling. This is how the brain actually works. So the question is, can you use this? You can, but not the way you think. If energy is blocked by conflict, you don't restore it with rest. You restore it by closing the loop. Start here. What is still unresolved? Not, I'm tired. What exactly is still open? Because until it's named, it won't close. Then reduce the options. As long as there are many, the conflict stays. Not 5, not 3, 2 at most. There is no perfect option, but staying unresolved costs more. So, choose. Even if it's temporary, the brain needs one thing: chosen. And you'll know it worked. The tension drops. If it doesn't, you were solving the wrong conflict. This isn't about productivity. This is about closure. And now it becomes clear. Energy doesn't disappear. It gets blocked when conflict remains. And it returns when that conflict ends. That's what you feel as relief. This isn't subjective. It's a real mechanism in the brain. And that changes everything. But then another question appears. Why does energy sometimes return, even without a decision? As if simply seeing the situation clearly is enough. Why does clarity resolve conflict faster than choice?